Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we're taking a look at the DX Time Machine, Geiz mode, and Diend Ridewatch. So again, I don't know why it's a Time Machine instead of machine. They have a character for she, but that's a debate for another time. Of course, it did lead to the Tide Machines meme, so hopefully that's still kicking around. In any case, this is basically a repaint of the original Time Machine toy for Geo, but now done in the Geiz color scheme, and it does come with the DX Diend Ridewatch, which I have to admit was the main reason I wanted to pick this up. Love Diend, wanted to get the DX watch for him. But I mean, the Time Machine is fun, and I do really like Geiz color scheme, so I was convinced to buy this. But it's going to be very similar to the one I've already reviewed. But we'll take a look at the packaging here. Very nice on the front. On the side here, you just see the Time Machine mode, the robot mode. I still think that the alt mode for the robot is weird, but whatever. Here's on the back, just shows how you can put different ride watches where the face is. Does still have the ability to connect the very tiny and meager looking weapons from the Armor series line and the arms there. We'll take a look at that, but it's kind of very tiny and looks weird. In any case, Geiz can ride in the center, and then of course you can use the Diend Ridewatch with the GQ driver, which of course we'll take a look at. Top of the box, just a cool little picture there, both modes, close-up of the robot. And then on the bottom, cool picture there as well. So yeah, pretty much we know what we're getting into with this one, but let's get out of the box and we'll take a closer look. So here is the Time Machine Geiz mode out of the box. It is a lot of red, but there definitely are some nice accent colors with the yellow and the black and the silver. So I think overall it does look pretty good. It is the same toy as the regular Time Machine. Here it is for comparison. It is just repainted, but it is otherwise exactly the same. I do like the nice touch of having Robo and Hiragana as opposed to Katakana, because that's kind of Geiz's whole shtick, is having the Hiragana on his visor. So I like that. I like that they kept that going. But yeah, as you can see, they're literally the same thing. I was gonna say, if anything, it looks like his head's a little bit less of an angle. Maybe I'm imagining that. I don't know. But in any case, it's the same toy. But it looks good. Head can swivel from side to side. You have out to the side, to the front on the shoulders there. You have a swivel at the elbow as well as the actual elbow itself. Wrist can swivel. Legs can kick forward and back, mostly forward. You do have a knee bend. You have a knee swivel right above the knee. You can see there. So it's pretty good articulation, I have to say. I do like the look of the robot. If we take this little piece off, you can see that it is just kind of a hollow piece of plastic made to look like the Ridewatch. But I have the actual Geiz Ridewatch right here, so you can see the difference. Obviously, this is the DX Geiz Ridewatch. Quite different, but you can pop this up and put this in here, and you can see that obviously it takes up a lot more space because it's at least twice as wide. So, but it looks pretty cool. I like the look of that. You can also take this out and pop in any other Ridewatch. So we want to go ahead and put in the Diend one that comes with it. Looks kind of cool as well. For display purposes, I usually just leave this one in here, unless I'm specifically changing it to another Ridewatch that doesn't have the thin version, like an actual O's or something, you know, an actual Ridewatch that is a they only give you one of these plastic things is basically what I'm trying to get at. So, but it's nice that they give you one so that it's not blank if you're using the Ridewatch for something else. But yeah, pretty cool. You can go ahead, pop this open, take your Geiz figure, and you just, let me angle this camera down. You can see that there's a little clip there for around his waist. Just kind of push the arms in. I find it's a little bit easier to kind of angle them in as well, just to kind of get the arms out of the way. And then you just drop them in, and that'll clip around his waist, and then you close it up. And there you go. He is riding inside. You can see his little legs right through there. Now, the only problem with that is because his legs are in there, you really want to be careful about how you bend at the waist, because you don't want to snap off his legs. But everything else is good. You can move the arms around and everything, so I think it looks pretty cool. Alright, going through the transformation real quick. Gonna go ahead, pop the plastic head out of the top, put that off to the side. You can go ahead and bring these in. You can see the joint right here in the shoulder. You're going to, let me angle the camera up, flip these around. And then they will peg into each other. Whoops, and then he's going to fall forward. Then you're going to want to angle this up until it doesn't really click into place there, but you can just see it kind of sits flush. So let me angle the camera down. Then you're going to come to the front and spin these around so that these peg into each other. And then really you can do whatever you want with the fists. I like to turn them around so that they're like that. And then you just kind of bend that. And then you come around to the back. You bring the legs down. Now these knee pad things are kind of skis that you want. I'm trying to think how this goes. You bend these down. Hold on, how do I do this? I thought you could move these, but I might be wrong. So maybe... There we go, something like that. Let me angle this down. So yeah, basically you want these skis to sit flush on the ground. I thought, if I remembered, I'm obviously remembering it incorrectly, but I thought you could pull these down so you could get a better angle, but it does not appear so. And I thought these legs hooked together, but I'm seeing that that's not the case either. So go ahead, put him on the skis, and then bring that down. And there is your weird time machine. It's not... I still maintain that the alt mode for this robot is not that great. But he can still ride inside when you have it in this mode. You could go ahead and pop him in there if you want to. So, I think it's a weird alt mode, but it works. If you really want, you could do it more like a motorcycle looking thing. And just not worry about the skis. Something like that. It's your preference, but I believe it's meant, these are meant to be like skis for the ground. But it's really your preference. I kind of like the look of this better, because then I feel like it looks more like a motorcycle or something, which is, I assume, what they're going for. It reminds me of like Psykill from GoBots. But I think you're supposed to put them on the skis. And then I think these are actually supposed to go down farther, because these are thrusters. But if you wanted to, you know, do this, again, there's a certain amount of customization you can do as far as a fan mode or whatever you think looks best. Whatever you can do with it, you can do. But yeah, that's pretty much the alt mode. So here is the DX Diend Ridewatch. Love the color scheme. Think the blue and the black really work well together. It is number 99. As you can see there on the QR code, also what is etched into the plastic here. Speaker, go ahead and hit the button. So there we go. Excellent ride watch. Let's go ahead and bring in the Jiku driver. Alright, let's pop it on. So I think it's outstanding. The screen actually says DN, not Decade, so I think that's fantastic that he got his own screen. And we'll pop it on one of the weapons here. And because I gotta, right? So it doesn't even really register it at all, which is weird. So I think this is a decent set. I can understand how if you have the first time machine, you don't want to be manipulated into buying a second one just to get the Diend Ridewatch. But if you enjoyed the first time machine, I think this is a nice, faithful repaint for the Geiz mode. I think it looks good, and I think the two will look good together on display. I would not be surprised if they repaint this again for WAZ as some kind of premium Bandai release. We'll have to see what happens with that, but I know they're doing this and the WAZ one in the Soto line, so like I said, it wouldn't surprise me. I definitely think the Diend Ridewatch is great. Love the color scheme, love the sound effects, lights, all that stuff. I completely understand, though, like I said, if you don't want to buy this just for that, but as far as I know, there's no other way to get this. I don't know if they're going to do a Diend in the Candy Toy or Gashapon line. I mean, because Decade was kind of a special one, they didn't really do that. They had that, like, special version that was, I think, a Ganbarizing, whatever it was. It was hard to get, and I still don't have it. But I have the regular Decade, and I have this one, and I like this one quite a bit. So it's really going to be up to you to see what's worth it to you. Maybe wait for this one to go on sale, because I could see this one kind of sitting around for a while. Time will tell. I am a little bummed, though, that the Diend Ridewatch didn't really do anything exciting on the Decade Ridewatch, but that's a bit of a bummer. But I guess it's a little expected. In any case, I think it's a good set, but I completely understand why people might not want to pick it up. And I still think that the Time Machine's alt mode is pretty terrible, but it is what it is. So, I don't know. You guys have to decide for yourself if you need another Tide Machines. But I do think that the Diend Ridewatch is pretty great. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Hope you enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.